Okay, it's another good day. Well, late night to be on NSP.
Yes, sir.
Never Sunday podcast with me, your host, Carolina's very own PM.
Baltimore's very own Clay.
Today we got a lot to talk about. We got rappers losing their life, trolling on Twitter, Blac Chyna removing Satan tattoos off her body, Chris Brown out here breaking up some maybe not so happy home, Cenat out here getting consolation prizes from Twitch, the community taking $2.50 in food stamps over a dinner with Soulja Boy.
Yikes.
But usually what we like to start off with is our first segment. As always, last episode, we kind of pushed it to the back because we had a lot to talk about. But first segment is Preaching to the Choir. For those who don't know, Preaching to the Choir is a segment where me and Clay talk about songs or albums that got the ox in the chokehold, stranglehold. They dominating the playlist. And for me this week, we got a West Coast rapper named TF, street rapper, extraordinary. He's kind of comparable to the Benny the Butchers of the world, Conway the Machines, that type of lyrical miracle rap. A lot of people want to say that. A lot of people don't get into, but it's off the album Blame Kansas. The name of the song is called A Latte. Hey, if I pronounce that wrong, don't come beat me up. Don't come get at me. I just want to let you know. Hey, I'm a family man, a father, a husband. Hey. I don't want none of that if I pronounce it wrong. But for me, this track is one of them riding in the car records. You feeling good and breaking down this real raw street rap. And it's kind of the elevation of a rap from like you the dude in the streets, kind of like the Rick Ross-esque type of thing. You the dude in the streets, but now as an older man, whatever.
Mature and shit.
Yeah, with the street background,
okay.
you now turn into a boss. You at the dinner table eating garlic butter on the crab legs and all that.
That's my kind of vibe right there now.
So that's my vibe for the week. I advise y'all to go check it out. That's TF, just like I said, TF letters. Album's Blame Kansas. There's a lot of bangers on there, but this is my favorite one on there. I advise y'all to go check it out.
Okay. Well, shit, I had two songs in the chokehold this week on the aux. Shout out to my man Chaz with that Cheryl Lynn encore, because, you know, that's an oldie but goodie.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong with oldies but goodies, but, you know, it was payday today and shit, so I was feeling real hood rich. So I was bumping, remember I told you that Apple Music got like a Rap Life playlist.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't really update it. Well, I checked back in the day and they updated a little bit. So one of the songs on there was DJ Drama featuring Moneybagg on Offset called On Delay. So, you know, I was bumping it all the way over here. Still feeling it, you know. Still got that, you know, that Sherlin in the back of my mind. But On Delay is where it's at right now.
Oh, yeah, so we feeling that. I don't know, and that's off DJ Drama's new album that dropped today, right?
I believe so. I don't even know. I just seen it on the playlist and I played it. So I'm going to have to go back and check. It probably did drop today. I just didn't check.
Oh, yeah, I seen him and Tyler Creator drop today, but I'm definitely going to have to check out both. I really haven't listened to both yet.
Yeah.
But just like we said, go check those out and let us know down in the comments, like we said, what y'all got in rotation this week.
Mm-hmm.
Go drop it down in the comments. If y'all drop some doo-doo, we going to let you know.
Yeah.
If you drop some fire, we going to rock with y'all on the replies, I guarantee you.
But if you drop some doo-doo, we're going to let you know still, too.
Don't be in the comments. Drop it.
Here at NSP, we believe in equal rights.
Equal rights. if you come with the fire, we bagging you. If you not, then, hey, shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
nothing personal, just business.
Speaking of shame on you, we got a rapper, Houston-based rapper, originally from Detroit, goes by the name of BTB Savage. So apparently this guy 2 months ago gets into an altercation that ends in somebody trying to rob him and losing their life, apparently. So the story goes, as told by himself, he gets on a Vlad TV interview and lays out the scene to where he's up-and-coming rapper out of Houston. Couple guys hit him up for a feature, and they say, hey, we want to lock this in right now, right here, right now. And he's contemplating going back and forth. Should I just meet them tomorrow, do that studio? Should I just do it tonight? It's late at night. He says it's like 10, 11 at night.
Because he's chasing that bag.
Because he's chasing the bag. And on the interview, he says, hey, I was just money hungry. And I'm just taking it. Like, I want the bag. So he said, tells complete strangers to pull up to his house and we gonna knock this feature out. And after a while, they show up. He says he goes outside. There's a car full of people, 4 people or whatever it is, right? So he says 2 hop out, and he's like, "Oh, I think they're just dropping them off." So probably to his knowledge, he just thinks the other 2, whoever dropped them off, they probably left. They probably gonna pick them up later. But they come in the house, and he's immediately alarmed because they start looking around his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So
weird.
So they're kind of sizing him up, and he's feeling his energy. And I guess a couple minutes into it, the rapper says he wants his feature from him. Says, "I need to go back out to the car. I forgot something." So on his way out, he says he locks both locks behind him. The guy who's left, he pulls some money out of his pocket, say, "Hey, bro, we not on that. You don't need to lock the door." Blah, blah, blah. But then proceeds to start asking him about, his career. And then he starts asking about his chains. He said the chain around his neck. "Hey, how much that chain worth?" He says he goes to pick up the chain. He said, "Yeah, I spent a little bag on it." So as he picks up the chain, the dude ups the pole on him. So pulls a gun out on him, and then they get into a physical altercation that ends in his girlfriend not only shooting this guy 3 times, but also shooting him by accident, trying to stop this guy from robbing them, from hurting them, and also his sons in the other room sleep, because it's late at night at this point. If it started at 10, 11 p.m., it's probably 12, 1 o'clock in the morning from what you could take from it. So not only is he shot in his arm, shot in the elbow by accident, she shoots him, so his arm is completely disabled. He can't use it. He shot 3 times, and he eventually, the guy who tries to rob him, dies, succumbs to his wound. And then the people with him see that all this is going on, and they're shooting through the door. It's a whole melee. It's a whole scene, right?
Right.
And this is 2 months ago, but fast forward to now, 4 days ago, a Vlad TV interview comes out where he's kind of antagonizing people. So the guy that tried to rob him and died, he's getting on him, saying he wasn't really like that. He was doing all the shooting while he was in the crib while we're in a physical altercation. But he didn't shoot me. I just got accidentally shot by my girl. And then the people that are with him, they're soft. They're all this. They're not on that because they're shooting through the door, but then they left him to die. So that's 4 days go by. And as of yesterday at 4:10 p.m., he posted a picture, and we can't bring it up on the screen because it's too graphic for YouTube. But if y'all search it up, BTB Savage, y'all be able to see this. He posted a picture in front of his apartment door with the bullet holes through the door, blood everywhere, literally blood spattered everywhere. He's got the brace on from him getting shot, and he just puts the caption, "Too much emotion." This is posted at 4:10 p.m., and by 6 o'clock, he leaves his house, and he gets killed, presumably or allegedly by the same people that are probably associated to the guy that got killed. I mean, brand new Mercedes, all white with the black rims, all stuff. I mean, full of bullets, Swiss cheese. I mean, hundreds of bullets, and he's laid out in a blanket. Cops stand over him, news reporters and everything. And it's real to say, like, these, not only rappers, but a lot of people that are popular on social media, like, this is a precautionary tale because y'all are playing a dangerous game out here.
A very dangerous game.
Very
dangerous.
Y'all are sitting around antagonizing people. Like, we seen this thing with 6ix9ine that it goes years and years and years. 4 years after the incident. And you finally catch up to you. And thankfully, he didn't lose his life because they whooped him bad in that gym. They're stomping on his head, stomping on his ribs. This was people that died from stuff like this. And then, unfortunately, condolences to BTB Savage and his family, because not only him, but 2 people lost his life.
Right.
1 trying to rob somebody.
Yeah.
And 2, antagonize the person that got killed trying to rob you. So now you lose your life. And from what we know, he's a father. Now you have a son
growing up
with
without
no
a father.
A mother growing up without a son. Father growing up with a son. All those things. So it's like, you really got to be careful what you're doing on this internet.
Yeah. For me, like, it really struck a nerve because ever since I found out that I was having kids, I kind of moved different. So it was like some of the things that I used to do, like being hot-headed, having grudges or animosity towards people. It was just kind of like, you know what, it's not even worth it because it's not even about me anymore. So it was like, okay, I understand, you don't want nobody to think that you sweet. You don't want nobody to try you, whatever the case is. But, like, you just, For me, I just pick and choose my battles, and I just wish more people would just exercise that option because it's like, yo, life is just too short to lose it over something as simple as posting a picture. Now, granted, the guy that broke, that was trying, he didn't even break it. The guy that tried to rob him was wrong. Like, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I'm going to just say that. 2 wrongs definitely don't make a right. But, not even going to just draw this, this whole summary out or my opinion on it out. But, like, we just got to do better, bro, because it's like, we was talking about having fame and all that stuff. Like, you got to be careful what you put out on the internet because it's there. Once it's there, it's theirs. No coming back from that. Like, you're just going to have to deal with the backlash that comes from it. You might be some positive, might be some negative. It's just unfortunate that this particular instance, it was very negative because he lost his life. I'm not into the street life. I know what goes into the street life, for lack of, better, I don't even know what I want to say.
Better word.
Yeah. I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it's senseless. Like,
yeah.
On both ends for both people.
It's very
life.
senseless. Because my thing is, you already have money and you're robbing somebody else that got money. So, like, what are you really gaining from that?
Yeah, it's really not what you think. If you could get a chain on somebody, you're not gonna get what the chain's worth or what they bought it for. Exactly. You're gonna take that thing to a pawn shop and you might get a couple $1,000. And that's not going to last you anything but a couple of days, especially in today's time, especially somebody that's out here robbing people. Like, you going to blow that.
Man, it's just being a parent now, bro, it's just like I do not want my children to grow up in these type of, environments or situations or whatever the case is, because his son was in the house when all this went down.
Yeah.
And he could have easily got hit by a stray bullet while he was asleep, because in the interview he said his son was asleep the entire time. He didn't wake up until he, was getting ready to go to the hospital. But I don't know, bro. It's tough. Yeah, it's really tough.
It becomes an impossible situation.
Yeah.
It's a situation people just need to avoid out here. Like, if you're doing a social media thing, like, understand for these rappers and social media
presence is everything.
Whatever, they're supposed to, like, the way they get views, the way they get likes is having the money. It's not having the designer. Life. It's having, like, showing off all these things. It's showing off, I'm standing on my ops, but is it worth your life?
It's not.
And not only like this, like the six, is it worth getting beat up? Is it worth getting robbed? Is it worth your life? Is it worth your kids not having a parent?
Exactly.
Like, is none of it's worth it? And it is what we like to say to the viewership out here. Hey, move on past all this clout, all this social media thing.
It's not worth it.
Be you. Don't worry about it. And if what you have to do is showing off chains and designer and money, you attracting the wrong audience anyway.
Right.
So it's like once you see stories like this, it always hits the hardest because you see two sides of the tale where it's like somebody lost their life, but then everybody has to talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's like now everybody's talking about it, and it's not only you anymore because you passed, but it's your family now. Now they have to see everybody talking about you, either good or bad, making fun of you, being on your side, whatever, and especially all the sides are talking negative about you.
Exactly.
And the things you did wrong to get yourself killed. Now it has to be echoed to all whether you got siblings, parents, cousins, children, all that. Now they can't even get away from it. Every time they open up social media,
that's all they see. They
see their dead family member. So for those listening out there, like, hey, like we said, all this dissing ops and antagonizing people, like, leave it alone. The fame or notoriety or clout that comes with that, it ain't worth it because it ends in things like this, and hopefully it won't end in your life.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it was just so much that was done wrong in terms of, like, him just allowing them to come into his place where he stays or lays his head at, where his girl stay at, where his son stays at. Like, it was just so much wrong with that, just chasing the bag, man. You cannot take that money with you when you die by any means. So it's like, yo, if you ever get that gut feeling, just go with that gut, man. It's really not worth $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. You really can't put a price on your life. So, I mean, I just encourage everybody to move cautiously. Like, if you have that feeling where something is just not right, just don't do it. Like, if you have to second guess doing something, just don't do it, man. Because this is one of those situations where I'm pretty sure everybody's just sitting back like, well, what if we just did this, or what if we just did that? So
and with what it shoulda coulda, you can't never go back.
Nah,
all you can do is
what's
question.
done is done.
But really too, on a lighter note, transitioning out, like we said, prayers up, condolences to BTB
sides.
Savage's family. But on a lighter note, speaking of gut feelings, right? We had a lot of people going with their gut feelings, their gut instincts about Soulja Boy Tell Him. Mr. Crank That himself. When he was in middle school, had everything going up, had the ringtones going crazy. But
straight like that, on that boost.
Today in 2023, a social media page, I don't know the name of the page, they did a bunch of interviews with females out on the street, like the public interviews, and they all said the same thing. The question was, would you rather have $250 in food stamps or dinner with Soulja Boy? And unanimously, every single person said they rather have $250 in food stamps.
Look, man, inflation is high. They say money talks and bullshit walks, but shit, that don't feed. I don't fill the fridge. So
I'm telling you, I've heard other arguments saying like I would have took the dinner, I would have took the $250 in food stamps. I'm trying to tell you right now, it ain't no.
You seen the price of
Soulja
eggs?
Boy. Like the price
Bro,
of eggs.
The internet was going crazy over the price of eggs. $250 in food stamps sounds real lovely right now.
That go a long way. Because
man, what dinners for one night? $250 in food stamps, that could cover a whole week if you shop right.
That's what I'm telling you. $250 is 2 weeks in the household.
Man,
you got groceries. You don't got to eat out, Uber Eats, DoorDash, none of that.
Cook and make that shit last.
But I know Soulja Boy got back on Instagram after this. I guess he caught wind of it, and he caught on an epic rant. And he's just hitting him with the SMDs. You know what that means? Mm-hmm. Y'all broke. Y'all gonna die broke. I would never have dinner with y'all anyway. And I get it. It's just like last week.
You got to defend yourself.
It's like last week when we talked about the Tyrese thing and having the stats thing. We get it. You Soulja Boy. You accomplish all these things. You notoriously the Drake, the Breakfast Club interview. But even before that, you like that.
Chord. Jesus Christ.
That chord still run you ragged.
Oh my God. Pissing me off.
But with the Soulja Boy too, like you famous for I did it first. I did all this first. I was the first rapper to do it. And Soulja Boy do got all these accolades. He kind of transitioned to what music is now with the streaming era and all that. But there's only so much you could live off the past. And like right now, I'm telling you, especially with the way the world is, I'm taking that $250 in food stamps. I don't care. So I get his rant, and it was fly and all that, but I'm taking that $250. I don't.
I'll take $250 in food stamps right damn now in a heartbeat.
Look, I don't care who the dinner's with, for real. I don't care I don't care if it's dinner with Beyonce. I'm taking that $250. Because what they gonna do for me for that dinner? Like, what I'm gonna get out at the end of the day?
You gonna bring the leftovers home and eat that shit for the next 2 days?
Because you're not ending up with the contact.
First of all, if you eating dinner with Beyonce, you know that plate is $500 minimum.
Yeah, you eating that $500.
Boy, that's a one bite.
But you ain't getting the network out of it.
No.
You ain't getting no email. You ain't getting no phone number. You ain't getting no contact. You ain't getting nothing. You just getting a meal.
You ain't getting Nathan.
$250, I could eat for 2 weeks.
Man, crab legs, steamed shrimp.
Garlic butter on a crab leg.
You heard me. Tossing the pasta in the cheese wheel.
Exactly. It's like Soulja Boy, we get it, but you just gotta kind of roll with the punches. When you go on this rant and you cussing people out, you turn up on them. It makes your stance look even weaker. That people wouldn't even want to have the dinner with you.
Well, the fact of the matter is though, like people like to push on people's buttons. So when they know that you're reacting, they know that they get to you. So like we get people all the time saying dumb shit in the comments, but guess what? We're not gonna glorify it with a response because at the end of the day, it's easy for you to sit there and type 100 something characters, but it don't take no courage to do that.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of courage to get up here and put out a podcast for somebody to comment on. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, to put yourself out there.
Yeah, because like it's easy for somebody to sit back and just say, "Oh, you should have did this," or "Oh, you should have did that." Okay, but what are you doing?
Well, do it. That's
right.
The oh, we'll do it.
Like they don't realize that we had to redo the whole thing. Like the grind behind this is very unnoticed because not everybody shows that, but we transparent about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind sharing my ups and downs. Like this is just another chapter in life that when you accomplish the goal that you want to, you can look back on it and be like, yo, I went through that. You know what I mean? Like we all got to start somewhere. And I applaud the negativity because guess what? It means we doing something right.
Yeah, because not everybody's going to love you. And just like in this story, just like that's probably why Soulja Boy took it the hardest because everybody starts, for the most part,
everybody love
starts
you
at zero. And they don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see the hard work. So when he sees somebody would take $250 in food stamps over me, you look at your life and you see all the hard work, but they think the final product, once you something, is you just had it. You always had it. It was easy. They ain't see you work from 0 to 100.
You know what I would have said if I was him? The fact that y'all bringing me up means I'm still relevant. End of story. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because anytime somebody brings you up and tries to put your name into a negative situation, it just means that you're still relevant because they comparing you to something that somebody has to choose, you know, is either life or death for them. You know what I mean? Like, situations like that, I always look at like, yeah, you famous. Okay, cool. You know what comes with it, being an easy target. But at the end of the day, we all human. I get it. Ranting and raving, hey, do your thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But guess what? Come.
And that too, Soulja Boy has become, I guess, more known for the rants. And if that's what's getting him views,
hey,
he
look,
wants to do that,
monetize that.
That if he wants to do it, that's not the route I would go down. But if that's what's getting you the views, that's what's getting you paid, that's what's getting you bookings, that's what's getting you.
Remember how I used to rage when we was playing Call of Duty? And I was like, yo, I'm going to make money off of this one day, just getting mad playing the game. But then once I realized, yo, I'm getting headaches doing this. It is not worth
tearing up your mental.
You feel what I'm saying? It's not worth me risking my health just to satisfy randoms and get some money off of it. Like, nah. I'm going to have a stroke trying to put out content. What?
Speaking about that, right? Putting out content and things not being good for your mental. We had a guy, I don't know where he's out of, but his mental was completely shattered by the one only R&B legend, Chris Brown, out here breaking up maybe happy, maybe not so happy homes. So a few weeks ago, Chris Brown, as he always does, certain songs, certain segments, he brings women up on stage. He hits them with the lap dance, but he's taking it like he's up there, they on stage, he's sitting down in a chair, he's pumping. I mean, he's working like he's doing his thing. He's doing he's doing it up. And apparently at this show, the guy is there with his girlfriend at the show, picks his girlfriend out of the crowd. I mean, it's just going for it.
Yo.
And he has to sit there. And once I thought about it in my head, I'm just imagining like how I would feel if I'm like at the concert with my girl and Take You Down comes on. The DJ's doing it up. They do a little cut. It hits the Take You Down with the reverb. Then it cuts out. And a spotlight just come on your girl. The security's pulling her to the stage. And you just sitting and he put her in the chair.
Like, what do you do in that situation? If a celebrity that your girl's a fan of, just the spotlight is on her, and he picks her to go up on stage. I know his heart was probably jumping out of his goddamn chest.
Yeah, especially when Chris Brown was up here hitting her with the pumps. He done hit her with 7 air pumps. He looking at her.
Not only that, she grabbed him and locked the interlaced her fingers behind his head and stared this.
And for her,
stared this man in his eyes.
For him, he don't care about her.
He don't.
But for her,
that was everything.
That's the man of her dreams. And you standing, you can't even rock out. Like, so the rest of the crowd, Take You Down is playing. He's doing his thing. Everybody's in the crowd vibing, cheering him on.
He was crying in the car for sure.
And you just got to stand there and watch.
He was definitely crying in the car for sure.
But to your question, right? And I had this conversation right with my girl, and I'm like, I'd have to let it go, right?
No, you have to.
And the reason I say that is because I told her if the situation flipped around, we had a Beyonce concert, and the Beyonce song comes on, and that
catered to you. Remember that?
And that spotlight hit me. Oh, I'm on stage acting a fool. I don't care. So this gonna be a once in a lifetime opportunity. So if the spotlight hit you at the Chris Brown concert, go ahead do your thing. Because if the spotlight hit me at the SZA concert, at the Beyonce concert, I'm up there and I'm acting a fool.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and plead the fifth on this one.
She ain't saying nothing. I'm the security, y'all can.
Yeah.
The whole crowd, you can lift me up like the wave. Just lift me up on top of the crowd.
Because I'm not. No, I'm not even going. Nope, not doing it.
Like I'm cutting up.
Nope, not doing
it. Speaking of cutting up, right? We got an Amazon original with Chloe Bailey.
Oh my God, bro.
Damson Idris, if I'm saying his name right, better known as Franklin Saint, off of Snowfall. And people were making a big deal from this because Franklin Saint is up there tearing it up, tearing the fur off of Chloe Bailey in the first episode of Swarm on Amazon Prime.
I was so confused when I first saw that, bro, because everybody kept dropping it on Twitter. I'm like, yo, is this like? I didn't know if it was from Snowfall or what it was, like, because Snowfall was still. I think Snowfall. I don't know how many episodes it is, but they just dropped a recent episode. But
I think they 7 in now.
Yeah. But when I saw that, I'm thinking it was Snowfall. But I'm like, yo, I just watched the last episode, so this can't be Snowfall. What is this? So I see the clip. I'm like, okay, that's how we rocking now. Okay, all right. I kept looking through the threads to see what everybody was talking about. A show on Prime Video called Swarm. Still haven't watched it yet, but I heard it was a good show.
Yeah, and I watched about halfway, and I really couldn't get that much into it because it's I think the executive producer is Childish Gambino. He's known for like very like eclectic, like quote unquote weird like shows, stuff like that. You had Atlanta that got a little weird the more season got on, but like I'm not gonna rule it for anybody watching that hasn't watched it, but it starts out with the first episode. You think this show is gonna be one way. By the middle of the season, it's a complete different way, and it was so out of the ordinary, the show, that I just couldn't finish it out. I couldn't get it. It was just too eccentric and too like here and there and like So
I'm
Swarm
with you on
wasn't
that,
for me.
Yeah, because it's like I don't mean to cut you off, but was it Jordan Peele, and they dropped the movie Nope.
No, oof.
Bro, I tried watching that, but I had to cut it off because it was like, yo, it was so much going on. I was trying to process what I was watching. It was like, yo, it was just too much, and I was just like, I'm gonna continue watching it at a later date, but I don't know when that's gonna be. But it's like, tapping on what you were saying about the eclectics and being weird, and it was just all over the place.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like for me, I just like that. I like shows that got like, what's going on.
Yeah,
it's following a certain path, and to Swarm, it does follow a certain path after a while, but like, once you watch that first episode, you think the show is going to be one way. Like, you're dead set in your mind that this is going to be the show, but it's like, nope, where you've seen previous stuff from Jordan Peele where it's like Get Out and Us, and it's like kind of what's going to happen, but then you get to Note, and it's just so everywhere and so like I said, it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
And like, you just
so much going on.
You can't just keep up.
You can't process what's happening.
And then Atlanta, like I said, with Atlanta, with Childish Gambino in the later season, like, so much is going on. It's like you kind of start to get away from the story, but this was just the hugest thing because we see Chloe Bailey, just beloved figure, Little Mermaid, and Franklin Saint getting blown out on camera. And it's just like, this whole weird thing is like, it goes from, of course, these are actors and they got their own real life. They're just playing roles, but it's still like some of the weirdest thing that you ever seen that just consumed the internet for like 2 or 3 days. It was like,
I would say weeks at a time, because when stuff like that happen, bro, it just keeps going on and on and on. Because, once you talk about it once, everybody start watching it. Then once everybody start watching the show, then they start talking about it all over again. It's like a never-ending cycle. So, I mean, I'll tell you what you can watch, though. It's a show on Netflix called Night Agent.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Bro.
And I'm only like a couple episodes. Like we said, we won't.
Bro, I watched that in 2 days.
Oh, you was dedicated.
Yeah.
That's dedicated. That's a level of dedication I don't got.
Man, I picked the best shows and I picked the best movies when it comes time to relax. Because I be just, I just be just scrolling, I'm like, I read the caption, what is it? Not even a caption, description, whatever you want to call it.
Description, yeah.
Read that, watch the trailer, sometimes the trailers be deceiving because you watch it and it be ass, but
Yeah, but the trailer look
the
great.
trailer be looking A1, and then when you watch the show, it's just BET plus quality. Like
Tubi.
Yeah.
What's the Tubi? That's the one
them
they be
janky BET movies. You know what I mean? That terrible ass acting.
from one scene to the next. They changing the whole actor.
Right.
You go from light skin to dark skin. Go from having dreads to a fade.
Yeah.
like
The real noticeable stuff.
just the weirdest stuff you ever seen.
Yeah.
But really speaking about weird too, a topic I want to talk about was Blac Chyna, right? So
Mhm.
Blac Chyna is now Angela White reform, right? Has been going through all these changes. She's getting her butt implants taken out, breast implants, face fillers taken out. But the latest thing this week is apparently she had a Satan tattoo, Baphomet tattoo, as she as she describes it, and she goes to get it removed because she's removing all these sinful things out of her life, all these dark things, trying to change her past, and says she's releasing the negative energy for life and wants to continue in her spiritual journey towards Jesus, and which is commendable.
Yeah,
This is a good
it
thing.
absolutely is.
And
I definitely salute her for that because it takes courage, like we said, to do stuff like that. Given the circumstances of her previous experiences in the limelight, not everything was great. But I definitely commend people for taking a stance and taking their life, taking charge of what's important to them. You know what I mean? Because it's so easy to get consumed with all the negativity in the world and drama here, drama there. But I mean, she looked good when she took the all this stuff out.
more natural.
Yeah,
And then most people don't even know where her mom as well. They from DC.
yeah.
So they DC, they hometown, they DMV. So I'm rooting for that. And I think her mom named Tokyo. She have a little eccentric stuff. She out there forting on camera and Target, doing all stuff. But I definitely see the positive in this, and I'm definitely backing it. But my initial thought was like, what point of fame do you get on where you get a butt
Satan
shot?
tattoo.
What point? Who convinced you, or who were you sitting down? You say, I'm gonna get the Satan tattoo, and y'all go see this on the screen. Like, what part of searching for fame and notoriety is like you go to the tattoo shop and you're just like, or somebody convinces you to go to the tattoo shop, and this makes it like seem like the whole when they talk about the Illuminati and all this, it makes it seem
I don't know, bro.
a lot realer than.
Because remember when we was in middle school, well, we was in high school, but it really started in middle school for me when I was, researching like the Illuminati and all that stuff. And I just had to kind of fall back from it because it was, it was all alleged.
Yeah.
So none of it was actual facts. So it was like, it's just so much that goes into it. And that, divulging so much energy into that early on is the reason why I'm so removed from celebrities' lives now, because it's like, it has nothing to do with me. Everybody has their own opinion, their own choice, whatever the case may be. And I don't know what was going through her mind, but I know my first tattoo wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't that.
Yeah, I think we could all say it for the most
part. And make sure y'all drop down in the comments y'all first tattoo that y'all got. Y'all ain't got to say what it was, just say where you got it at. My first tattoo was on my chest. I had just turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
I was feeling myself, got a nice little chest tattoo. Then I ended up covering it up because I was like, yo, this is kind of childish. It's kind of childish.
I think that's most of the time you get it young. I got, to this day, I got arms.
Boy, when I got that chest tat, boy, that's when V-necks was hot. Boy, you saw all that.
If you had one, you was in.
Yeah. My little baby tat with the little taco meat. You know what I mean?
Oh, you was in. And for me, I got arms full of backroom barbershop tattoos, and I'm like, I look at them nowadays, they all stories, and most of the tattoos I got means up, but I'm like, what was I doing?
Yeah, what was I thinking?
Like, these are like, I wish I could have waited to later in my life.
Thought this out thoroughly.
Have a better professional artist, have them done, and like, look, I'm not ashamed to say I got some scribble scrabble on me and some 8th grade level artwork, but it is what it is.
Hey.
At least I didn't ever say to myself, oh yeah, I'm gonna get Satan tattooed on me. That's cool.
I would never.
I'm gonna try to get a little fame and like.
What's crazy is I bet you everybody got like a scripture or something Everybody damn near got that, except for Blac Chyna. I mean, Angela White. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Angela White. But Angela White, keep doing your thing.
Right.
Keep building yourself up. Keep building your career up. Say you going to God, you just got baptized, got all the fillers out,
Salute
all
to
the
you.
body fillers. You getting the Satan tattoo removed. So we want to see you on that positive path, and hey, salute to you.
For sure.
But speaking on the positive path, right? We had a positive path. Somebody going into it, doing the things they're supposed to do, doing all the right things,
Grinding, hustling,
life, all that,
strenuous hours,
and what they get out of it is pretty much a slap in the face.
Poop. So
for those who don't know, there's a young guy. I think he's like 21 years old, by the name of Cenat. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that's watching this podcast knows who Cenat is. But he recently had a 30-day marathon where he's on Twitch for 30 days, no matter what he's doing, sleeping, taking a shower, eating, everything. He's on stream 30 days straight, no breaks whatsoever. And he breaks the streaming record on Twitch. It was like 282,000 concurrent subscribers at a time. He reached like 309,000.
Damn.
So he smashed the record, which you look at it, right? And you get, just from the subscriptions alone, and the people donating to you. So the subscriptions alone, I think the creators get like $250 off of, I think it's like $5 to subscribe. They get like $250 off that. So just off the subscribers alone, that's nearly $1 million for 1 month. But then what I think are, from what I've seen or read, and I don't know if this is completely accurate because I've never streamed on Twitch or anything like that. When the people donate to you, Twitch takes a certain percentage of that as well. So it's like potentially over that last 30 days, he's made Twitch millions in ad revenue, them putting ads on his streams.
Right.
The subscribers, them taking their portion for the subscribers, them taking a portion of his donations. So he's, in 30 days, he's likely made them millions of dollars. And as a thank you to him, and we'll bring these up on screen, they sent him a pair of mid-top Twitch Air Forces that could best be described as, and if you're around our age group, as you remember the pastries that girls used to wear.
Yes.
And if y'all don't know, if y'all too young for that, and we too old for you, go Google online and search up pastry shoes. All the girls had these, and these look exactly like the pastry shoes. They
could have done better than that.
Somebody makes you millions of dollars on their platform.
And I'm pretty sure he's never going to wear those. And
instead of giving them a contract, say, oh, yeah, we'll sign you a contract to stay here at Twitch, a couple million, whatever. And we don't know if that's in the talks, but if I'm Cenat, if Twitch ain't breaking me off a $10 million check, a $20 million check, I'm going. I'm going to the next platform. I'm going to YouTube or any of these other. That's what I'm saying.
He definitely has a following, because I know it's a lot of Twitch streamers out there that transition over to YouTube. Damn, I don't even know if they picked up that audio. But, yeah, it's a lot of Twitch streamers that transition over to YouTube because of the monetization aspect of it. And, you know, I commend them for that, because the following that you build, it took years. The grind was definitely real, because I've seen a lot of these streamers when they was early on starting out. You know, they made a name for themselves now, doing big things. Definitely shout out to Cenat, because, bro, when he hit, I think it was like 100K that he started with, that really broke the internet, because, you know, of course he was doing numbers beforehand, but once he hit like 100K, bro, he started the sky was literally the limit at that point. Like, he's limitless. He been doing his thing, bro. Shout out to him, bro, because I tried to go the Twitch route. Like, I tried to grind and do that with the streaming. I just couldn't do it, because I just didn't have the time to do it. So just the grind and the dedication that goes into it, I definitely salute him for it, because it's definitely not for the weak. And I ain't saying that I'm weak at all, but it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, because especially when you send out there at the time you have only one viewer, 5 viewers.
It's really hard.
Viewers.
Yeah, it's hard, because when you got that one person just watching you, like when I started streaming playing Call of Duty, bro, the most I got one time was probably like 9 viewers.
Exactly.
And I really felt on top of the world. I was like, yo, I got 9 people watching my stream. Okay, cool. I gotta provide some good content. So I started making clips, posting it to the Instagram account that I got, and doing all that. But then once Call of Duty just started to go on a decline for me, and I didn't really like it anymore, that's just when I kind of just fell back. Like, and here I am.
And
podcast.
I think the portion of like his thing, you see him like started as a young kid. Like when they look, of course, I wasn't watching back then. I watch as he's grown now, but you get to see when these clips now surface of him being a kid doing this. You see, this is years and years and years that this kid, when he had no viewers, he was getting on there every single day, no matter what, 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day. So where you hit 80K subs, 100K, 200K, 300K, and you're inviting your mom up there. She's calling you. She's crying. She's proud of you.
I ain't
because
gonna lie.
You put in that work.
When I saw that clip of him and his mom on the phone, bro, that struck a nerve for me because it was like, yo, that's, the conversation that you always want to hear, that your parents are proud of you. Yeah. So that was a very sentimental moment when I watched it, because I was like, damn, I feel what he's going through, because as I was growing up, I always wanted my parents to be proud of me. I didn't always make the best decisions, but I'm still here and alive today, and it's definitely something to be proud of on their behalf and mine. But it was just like, watching that, it was like surreal, because it was like us as kids growing up, we all had those moments where we was like, man, my parents is mean, I hate them, blah, 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 whatever.
Normal teenagers.
Yeah, like, but as you get older, you realize the love that you have for your parents is stronger than it was when you was younger, because they was just only doing what was best for you. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't see it. You were too young to see it. And now that you're old enough to understand what grind is, what hustle is, no parent wants to see their kids struggle, but some of us have to go through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You learn the hard way, even when you don't you don't intend to, or you don't plan on it being that way. But it just, watching that clip, it definitely, I was happy for him, bro. I was happy for him.
And I can say too, like, just like you said, it gets you to that emotional state, because I think as most kids, like, you dream big. A lot of kids dream big, and then you see stuff like even your favorite, whether it's rap or act or whatever. Especially in our community, we see like they came up, they bought their mom the house, they bought their mom the car, they did all this. So it's like, I think a lot of kids, and I dream like that too, is like, I want to do that, and I want to buy my mom a house. And like, so you see somebody that's so young, 20 years old, they buying their mom a house, they're making millions of dollars, they're changing their family's life, the whole scope of their life. You can't do nothing but be proud. And I remember even I was tuned in when he broke the record.
Yeah, I was too.
And I have my son in my hands as a black man, and my son as a black boy. I'm holding him, and he's 1 year old. So it's like he won't even remember this moment, but I'm watching it with my son, and I pray that my son is instilled with things like this. You don't have to do Twitch or anything like that, but whatever you want in life, have the dedication, drive,
for sure,
and level of excellence to do whatever you want to do. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be an astronaut, if you want to be whatever you want to be, a Twitch streamer, whatever you want to do, and it goes for all my kids as well. But it's like, I'm holding that moment. It's late at night, rest of my kids asleep, but it's just me and him, and it's just like a moment that's like almost overwhelming. Yeah, because it's like a moment of excellence, and I want not only that, but I want my son to see people that look like him,
what
people
success
that sound like him, doing it, because that's was the biggest thing to me when I was young. When I was, my role models like the Michael Vicks of the world, the Allen Iversons of the world. When I see somebody that looks like me doing it, then it becomes real in my mind that I could do it. I could be excellent. I could be this. I could be that. Because for me too, I grew up like my father in my life, so it's like, for me, I didn't have that picture of like, as a man being excellent, I had to go to outside sources. And I wanted my son to see it in me too, like being excellent, doing my thing. I wanted to be his hero. But then also, you have to have your outside sources, the people you look up to. And of course, when he's a teenager, all this is going to be gone. There's going to be a new wave of famous people, rappers, celebrities. And whoever he looks up to, just look up to that excellence and push it to be excellent. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you drive trucks or whatever. Whatever your business is, real estate, whatever you want to do, push for that excellence and always put that hard work, determination, and drive into whatever you're doing.
It's great that you say that, though, because one of the things that I damn sure will teach my son is, no matter what life deals you, you can always come out successful, because it's not always about how you start. It's about how you finish. Yeah. Perseverance is everything. Like, life is not perfect. Never will be, you know what I mean? But just being able to adapt and, you know, learn from the lessons that you made mistakes in, be better moving forward. Like, you know, just making sure that you just make conscious decisions in every way that you move, every avenue that you know, pursue in life, because it's definitely important, because a lot of the bad decisions I made financially came back to haunt me as I got older. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it might be something so small, but it can really affect you on the back end when you least expect it. Yep. So, you know, just making sure I'm always there to support them, as well as my daughter. You know, just making sure that I hold their hand every step of the way as much as I can. But of course, you always got to know that, you know, they're going to eventually be their own person. You got to let them be their own person. Can't always hold their hand, but, you know, support, just being there and being supportive is just definitely key.
Yeah, I think that's the most, like you said, leading them to the lake.
Yeah,
is the most important thing you could do for not only your kids, but people out there, the younger generation. You got younger siblings, anything like that, people that look up to you.
Yeah,
people won't even know sometimes. You won't even know sometimes that people are looking up to you, whether it be siblings, children, younger people in your neighborhood, whatever. So, like, be a shining light and lead others to that lake, especially if you're trying to push to be the best version of yourself and do the best things in life, be productive, do dope things, and conquer in life.
You gotta surround yourself with people of like-mindedness, because that's very key too.
Yeah, but I feel like that was a good enlightening moment.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was, because, like, it's so easy for us to get up here and talk about certain topics, but then when it comes to, like, you know, all the negativity in the world and all the positivity, you can find a healthy balance between it, because we can relate to a lot of it, because we're fathers, we're black, we know what struggle is, we know what progress is. Like, we literally, since the day we became friends, we've been through the mud. Like, so to be here today and fight through all the adversity and still get this shit done, bro, we got to just take the small wins.
Yeah, you got to take them all.
You know what I mean?
And it's just like Never Sunday. It's just like this podcast, you know, building those small wins and the big wins, and really, to, you know, our viewership out there, the people watching, it's like a huge shout out to y'all, because we took a chance with this, and we're trying to put our all into it. And, you know, we started at 0 too, and now we're sitting, and it's not even about the numbers, but, you know, 3 weeks later, nearly 9,000 views, 41 subscribers. And it's like, that might seem small to other people, but it's like everything. It's all the comments, all the likes, all the views, all the watch hours. It all means something, and it pushes us and it drives us to push forward in this and really see this vision out to what we know it's going to be in the future, that this is going to be used, and that we manifest it every day, and we put a lot into this. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into this to make sure that every week we're giving y'all something better, a better product, and we hope that it translates to these products y'all see on the screen, whether you're watching your phone, laptops, TV, whatever it is.
Man, would you say we at 41 right now?
Yeah, 41.
Man, this is what my goal is by the next episode. So by episode 5, I would like for us to have at least 50 subscribers. So for all of those who have been rocking with us, who are just now rocking with us, tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you send this out to family or friends. We try to keep this as family oriented as possible, because I know I curse a lot. So I try to minimize my cursing, because I know for a fact there's a lot of kids watching, and I'm trying to bring this money in. So I'm
but
trying to.
At the end of the day, we
you know what I mean?
We edit all that out. Try to make it as, you know.
Yeah, but I would like to see 50 followers 50 subscribers by episode 5. Yeah, I would love to see that. So, man, like, comment, subscribe, share, please. I can't stress that enough. Y'all have given us so much support. Like bro said, damn near 9K views between the YouTube shorts, the TikTok. I don't even know how to work TikTok, but we about to learn how to do it. You know what I mean? So,
and the link to that is down there in the description.
Hey,
go check us out.
Shout out to my man Aaron. You see, I got the always working.
I like that. That joint is fly.
My young boy Mike, Rich Crew Apparel.
Rich Crew Apparel. We'll bring that up on screen. Mr. Aaron, unemployed, always working. Bring that up on screen for y'all.
Who else? MG Firearms Training. HQL Concealed Carry Needs. They got some classes coming up. Just make sure you follow the Instagram page. Unfortunately, we can't really drop the info like we want to on YouTube, but we'll make sure tune into the Instagram, watch our posts. Make sure you put on the post notifications for YouTube as well. We want to drop a lot of content for y'all. Just make sure y'all just tune in and see what we got going on, because we got a lot in store for y'all. This is only the tip of the iceberg, man.
And last but not least, shout out to our presenting sponsor, Loyalty World Clothing Company.
Yes, sir.
See them down in the front with the truckers. Spring's coming up. Loyalty World's got a lot for you. Go over there and check the site. We'll have it on the screen. Link down in the description. Go pick y'all something up. Rich Crew Apparel, always working. Loyalty World Clothing Company. We got a lot for y'all. And it's always been and always going to be another great day to be on NSP. And as we bring it in on the intro, we always go on an outro with your brother, producer extraordinaire, Mr. 2Icy himself.
They won't get tired of hearing this, but guess what? I don't care.
Because bro blessed us with the music production. We got a new one for y'all this week coming out on the outro. And he's labeled this one, This Is Not a Drill, and I'm feeling this one. I like this one. It's a nice little vibe.
Got to keep the people on their toes, man. Got to switch it up.
Got to switch it up week to week.
When he dropped this, hold on, I was like, check. I was getting ready to spit a high 16.
It's always one of them. And just like that, it's PM and Clay and PM. It's another good day to be on NSP.
Episode 4. It's in the books.
We out.